Hi everybody, and welcome to the Scott Show. We are here on Veterans Day, celebrating Veterans Day, thanking all of our friends and family and just everyone who has ever served in the military. I want to thank them for their service. If you're listening to this and you've done that, thank you, and thank you. Now, you guys might notice that on the little picture, I always kind of change it up. I always change up the pictures. This picture in particular is my grandpa, and he will always be my favorite veteran, as he fought in the Pacific region in World War II. And I was blessed to have him in my life, and of course I'm going to put him up there as we do. Why not? He is my favorite. So I wanted to get into a little of the history of Veterans Day. It's not going to be a long podcast. But I did just want to say hi, I wanted to say thanks, and I wanted to say just where it's from. And some of the confusion, I understand there's some confusion out there between all these different days. So I went to Wikipedia. I know that Wikipedia sometimes is not the most correct thing, but we'll use Wikipedia today anyway, and tell you guys why the 11th of November is Veterans Day. So it is an official United States public holiday. Always on the 11th of November. It honors military veterans. That is, people who served in the United States Armed Forces. It coincides with other holidays, including Armistice Day and Remembrance Day, celebrated in other countries to mark the anniversary of the end of World War I. Major hostilities of World War I were formally ended on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918. Now, from what I even heard, it was the 11th minute to where it was officially signed. Kind of a weird setup thing, how they did that, the 11th hour, 11th day, 11th month. But it is what it is. Armistice with Germany was put into effect. Then the United States previously observed Armistice Day until 1954, when it was renamed Veterans Day. It is not to be confused with Memorial Day, a public holiday, of course, for the United States in May. Veterans Day celebrates the service of all United States military veterans, while Memorial Day honors those who died while in military service. It is also not to be confused with Armed Forces Day, a minor U.S. remembrance that also occurs in May, but specifically honors those currently serving in the military. So I just wanted to get that little piece out there, kind of give you an idea of the history of Veterans Day, and I just thought it was kind of cool. 1954, Dwight D. Eisenhower signs the bill into law, making it the holiday it is today. Ed Rees from Peoria, Kansas, who was the United States representative back in 54. And that's exactly the person who started it, put the bill through Congress. So there you go. Raymond Weeks, who was from Birmingham, Alabama, in 1945, started the idea of Veterans Day. And then, of course, Representative Ed Rees put it all together. So I thought that was really cool. Just a little insight to the whole deal. The National Veterans Award, also created in 1954. Congressman Reese was the first National Veterans Award recipient from in Birmingham for his support offering the legislation. I just think this is such a really cool thing. I'm glad that we can celebrate our veterans. I wish that in some cities it was bigger. I wish that just all over it was bigger. So that's kind of my thought on it, and I just realized that right now we got a Liberty Bot sent us retweeted our Veterans Day, so there you go. And folks, I just wanted to again say thank you to all the people who have ever served in the military and do now. We are granted our freedoms, including the freedom of speech, the freedom of press, and any other freedom that I use by doing this podcast. Freedom of speech is one of them. that I hold dear in my heart and in my everyday life. The fact that I had people that fought for this. I don't know if I can say thank you enough to the people that did. Seeing that people living in other countries do not have the freedom to speak out. A podcast like this would be absolutely banned. It would be. I'd be remiss to say thank you almost every single day. I don't know why. People are just upset that they ain't getting mail today. Let me say it that way. Of course, there's no mail. We're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate our freedom. And again, to all the veterans, I thank you. To my buddy Joel, I want to send out a special thank you, because I've heard a lot of the things that had happened, and I'm very lucky to call him my friend. So there you go. As well as everyone else who's my friend who's a veteran, but I want to give a special shout out to Joel, as he's been a guest on the show. So I mean, we even have great people after they are done serving their country strong. They do awesome other things, including run for office and all these other great things. So, I just want to give this public shout out. It is my podcast, the Scott Show podcast. I think it's my job to have a little bit of fun with this, talk about things I want to talk about, do things that I need to do. And the reason why, it all starts with my grandpa. My grandpa gave me an incredible gift of knowing what it took in the military. Now, I've never served in the military, but I have a special respect for people who have, and it all comes from my grandpa. I really wish he was here today. He would be 90. He'd be 97 years old today. Not his birthday, of course, but he'd be 97 years old, and he'd still be going strong, doing a lot of great things. So, a lot of other great veterans. What I would love for you guys to do, as we're leaving this podcast, what I would love for you to do is in the comments section below on YouTube, please put your family member or anybody who you want remembered, alive or dead, doesn't matter because it's Veterans Day. And let's honor the veterans today. Post them in the comments section below. And if this is after Veterans Day, I don't care. Still put it in the comments section below. And I'm going to be here for a long time. And I want to, next year on Veterans Day, post another one and say, last year on Veterans Day, y'all liked and commented and did all this. And here's the comments. So, like, share, subscribe, of course, on YouTube. That's important. Give us lots of love and what we do. But put a veteran in the box below, in the comments section. Let's see how many we get. Let's try to get to 50. And I want to thank you guys so very much. Thank you to all the veterans. Like I said, I can't even say it enough. So I'm going to get going here. You guys have a great day. Enjoy Veterans Day. Thank a veteran. And see you real soon.